the Mocute 050 GamePad on this episode of Reviews by this guy. Welcome back to another episode of Reviews by this guy. And on this episode, we're taking a look at the Mocute 050 GamePad. Now, as you see in the beginning of this video, that box is extremely cool in my opinion. But I just like the way they do their boxes. It's really simple, really plain. It's a bare designed box with black outlining. I think it looks really cool. Nonetheless, let's take a look what came in the box. You obviously got your controller, you got a manual which is in Chinese and English, and you got the USB cord, which looks pretty much like the standard USB cord you would get with any Samsung device. Now, the manufacturers of this controller claim that this controller is compatible with Android, PC, and iOS. I have not tested it with iOS because I don't have an iOS device. I have tested it with Android and PC. Now with Android, the controller worked flawlessly. It was almost instantaneous. It connected to my Android device. Everything worked out the box. I didn't have to make any setting changes. I didn't have to map any of the buttons. It worked perfectly. I, however, could not get this device to work with PC. No matter what I did, it would not connect to the Bluetooth, but I have been having Bluetooth issues with my PC. I've only been able to connect to audio speakers. Makes no sense. I don't know what the issue is. I could not even get this thing to connect with the USB cord. Now, I looked on the internet and YouTube, and it doesn't seem like anybody else has either. Now, I could do some more research. Maybe I'll come up with something, but as of now, I don't think this thing's compatible with PC. The funny thing is that reading over the manual, now I can take a third, fourth, fifth look at it, I did not see anything on there instructing us how to connect it to PC either. It was just Android and iOS. Let's take a look at the specs and the controller itself. Alright, the product specs as the company describes are, as far as supported system, Android, iOS, and PC. Highly doubt that PC thing, but who knows. If anybody else has gotten this to work on PC, please leave a comment down below. I would love to test this out on PC. The battery is a rechargeable lithium-ion 3.7 400 milliamp, and it says continuous gameplay is about 40 hours. I have not done any benchmarking on that. If I do, I will leave an update in the description down below. Let's take a look at the controller itself. Now, I first want to talk about design quality, or build quality I should say. And when you touch this thing is lightweight plastic. I mean, you can tell it's really thin. And if you're not careful with this, dropping it really hard, you probably can break this thing. So if you're looking to get this controller for a young child, don't. The buttons feel hollow. As far as the buttons are concerned, you have two analog sticks, which flow really nicely. They are clickable buttons, so those are added buttons. You have your action buttons, which are your Y, X, A, and B, just like the Xbox 360 controller. You have a mode button, a power button, a start button, and a select button. You have your D-pad, which are separate buttons. It is not one full D-pad. It is slightly concave, so your thumb does fit in there pretty nicely. I didn't have any issues with using it. You have your L1, your R1 you have your left and your right triggers, and all the buttons have a pretty short throw in my opinion. I don't think they're long at all. When I was using it on my Android device, which is my LG V20, gameplay experience was pretty nice. As soon as I hit the buttons, the actions were almost instantaneous. I didn't see any lag. The device also has a pull-out clip to hold your phone, which it does stretch pretty wide to fit my LG V20, which is a pretty big screen. And then down here you have your micro USB charging port. I hate when they stick the charging port at the bottom. I'm sure other people do. I do not like the wire, if you're using the controller with the wire coming out of the bottom. However, since this thing doesn't seem to function with PC, I don't see you using that. But if you're charging the controller while using it, that might become a problem. I normally like it at the top. The only benefit to it being at the bottom on this controller is when the clip is closed. If you're using it on, say, an Android TV, it will cover the micro USB port from getting dust or anything in it. Overall, as I said, this controller was completely and utterly responsive on my Android device. I think it's a perfect controller if you're looking to take your controller on the go and play games on your Android cell phone or your iOS. Like I said, I didn't test it, but it does apparently work with it. If you're looking to get this to play on PC, I'm not entirely sure that it is compatible with PC, even though they claim it is. On the back of the controller, I don't even see a PC mode. So I don't know what they're trying to claim. Like I said, if anybody did get it to work, please leave it in the comments down below. I'd like to get it to work. But the controller, it was not even expensive at all. I think I got it for under $20, I believe. I will leave a link to this controller in the description down below if you're interested in finding out some more information about it and possibly purchasing this controller. If you have any questions about this controller, please leave them in the comments down below. I will try to get to you as soon as possible. As always, thank you for watching another episode of Reviews by This Guy. We're looking forward to the review on the Retro Fighters Jab controller. I'm sorry, I was going to make that this episode, but unfortunately I want to get a little more testing in. I want to connect this to a Hyperkin Retron 5 and possibly, if I can get my hands on an original Nintendo. Yes, sad I don't have one, even though it is one of my favorite systems. I will be hopefully getting one. And I will be reviewing this controller hopefully in the next episode of Reviews by This Guy. But so far this controller is turning out to be a really great controller. It is way better than those Retron 5 controllers. I don't know what they were thinking when they designed those controllers. As always, thank you for watching another episode of Reviews by This Guy. And if you'd like to see more from the Deem channel, please hit that like and subscribe button.